This is what a 160-year-old tree looks like. The second log from the tree, actually. The first one was even bigger. The first 10 feet was like 36 inches wide. This is between 20 and 29 inches wide. We drove a couple hours to get it because we have our first commission project. Someone's gonna pay us money. They trust us, and they should, because we went above and beyond with the old mill truck. Oh, and drove way too far than it should have been driven. Lost a tire, but we made it to get them something that is really hard to find. I could not find any of this within a 2-hour range, so we had to go 2 hours and 5 minutes. So let's unload this, and we're gonna get it on the mill, and I think the mill will work. First time the sawmill turns on, it fries the meter. We're gonna flatten these things, and we're gonna resaw them, and it's gonna be sweet. Okay, so what the order calls for is a 17-inch wide window sill, and then the jambs and header accordingly for that window in a barn. And they want rough cut, which is nice. You won't have to plane it. No S4S or anything. Just circular saw marks are fine. All right, so it's a little counterintuitive, but the thinner slabs are actually gonna be the live edge window sills, because we need live edge on one side and we need it straight on the other. And to do that here on the bigger slabs is a waste to keep live edge and come across. Then we are wasting a bigger amount of material here that we don't have it's not on the cut sheet for a 6x. So we got our 17s out of here, live edge, 1.5, 6/4 to 2. I'm gonna leave them at, I'm gonna call them again. I think they could look better at 2, because we have 2.5 here. But by the time they're flat, it might be 1.5. Our cut sheet for this project is calling for a 17-inch wide, 1x material for the jambs. All right, so we can resaw this, 2.5, we'll resaw it, and we'll get 2 jambs out of it. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the live edge, 17, resaw to 1 inch, 2 more jambs. Good. So we're just gonna go 17, so we'll just cut around the check. This checking right here, we'll try to come all the way right there, and we'll try to get it so that it's a 17 jam right there. And then we'll actually end up having, the grain will not be running perfectly straight on this. It'll be close. It'll be 17 here through this knot, but then we'll avoid the check there. Resaw 2 more jams. We're at 6 jams. This is amateur hour. Is this our future? We'll do all. We'll do it. Ready? Hold it. All right, we're gonna resaw this. We can only cut up to 10 inches. So that'll put us right about here. We'll get through on this side. We're secured with screws over here. We're gonna take those out when we're through. We'll put them in on this side, and then we'll reverse cut it and use the opposite side of the blade, because the blade has to be going into the wood as it moves, so you have to move backwards if you're coming on this side of it. That's why the guard is off right now, because we're gonna double cut. It's called a double cut, really, not a reverse cut, on the driver's side of the blade. All right. Took a tooth there. Took a tooth there. A little more damage to the actual blade, maybe. I might get lucky. Chipped carbide. God! Oh, Lord in heaven, help me. Frick me. Luckily I got another sharp blade here. Okay. For some reason, I'm using these knife packs because I have my metric set down here, my metric sockets, and for some reason these stinking nuts they don't seem to be 12 or 13 millimeter nuts. They seem to be English, which makes no sense when everything else is metric on this mill. But maybe it's just me. did it, Danny. It's not perfect, but this is our first commission. Getting raw slabs of dried white oak. Oh, this stuff is hard. So hard. Our mill went out. You guys saw that. So we went. You saw the footage. Our friends over the mountain bandsawed this. And so we got the 3 windowsills, 17-inch wide. There's a couple 15s, but we overcut it for them. So they're live edge windowsills, and then the jambs. This is all rough cut. We have a couple extra pieces, and then the offcuts for some door trim.